Welcome back, everybody. So we got another episode coming at you, probably 2 this week. I did the autocross last time. This time I'm trying to finish up the interior. And if you all remember, I built these boxes and I could not figure out how to upholster them and make them look good because, I just couldn't. I'm not an upholstery guy. So this box is now fitted into the passenger side. And let me show you what I've done on the driver's side. So I figured it out. It looks really good. Let me open the door here. And I'm gonna show you what I got. So this turned out really well. So voila. So what I've done is I basically do the upholstery on these outer edges, folded it around, and then there's a seam underneath here where I match the inner with the outer. So the aluminum then hides all that, kind of trims out the box really nicely, and then it matches this, some of the aluminum up onto the dash. So I've kind of got the full effect going, and that way it ties everything together. And if I need to get into this, I got 4 screws here, and this whole thing comes out, and I can then use this for storage underneath if I so need. I may even put my tow hooks under there, wrap them in blankets, stuff them to the bottom, and then if I need them, I just always have an Allen wrench in the back trunk space. No problem, I get to it. So I'm going to show you, I think I did in the previous video, showed you how I fit these in here. As I said, I'm really pleased. It's totally flush, clean. Yeah, really happy with it actually. So a very good modification. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to get this upholstered. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I start with the inside first, probably with the back edge into here. Cut out a piece so it fits just perfect. I got a couple of nails I got to clean up there that I stapled wrong. So we'll clean those up. And then once we do that, then we'll do the sides where they kind of wrap over a little bit, stick on in, and then it's one sheet over the front, pull it down, cut it back, and then I make the aluminum, which I have here, which in case anybody's wondering, it's 3/4 inch by 1/8 inch thick aluminum. So we'll cut that, and then we put 3 screws here, 3 here, 2 there, and trim it all out. So we'll kind of go through this, show you what I've done, but this will be a total custom touch. I don't think anybody else has done this out there. I know I've seen some really nice door cards, really nice pockets. Paul out there, hey Paul, done some beautiful work on his. Just a different take on it so I can get access. I think Paul actually used Velcro for his, so he could actually pull his off and get access back in there if he had to. I believe, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, this is just kind of a nice little thing, and I made it so the cell phone fits in here, as you guys can see. Just perfect, and it keeps the cell phone in. But what I did find out is I did have some iPod or Apple AirPod things in here when I did the autocross, and they went flying across the car. Literally hit me in the side of the helmet and then flew over to the passenger seat on my first run. So it's not deep enough to really keep things in there when you're going crazy. Highway, cruising around town, no problem. Crazy in the autocross course, no bueno. So follow along, I'll show you how I'm going to upholster this, and see if we can get this thing done. So thanks again. Oh, and hit the subscribe button, as I said. Picking up subscribers, appreciate it, and we'll keep the videos coming at you. Thanks. So I got my box here. I got my black vinyl. As I said, I'm using vinyl on this car, not leather. I just don't see the point. Alcantara, the fake suede stuff, I don't see the point of that stuff either. So I'm going to block this out just to kind of get a smooth edge on this. And plus there's a little bit of where it's not perfectly square. So I'm going to block this out real quick, and then we'll come in here and start cutting up some vinyl. Like this piece here will go over the front. And then we'll start cutting out the inners to fit this box. So we won't show you the sandy, but yeah, I'm just going to block these edges out. I'm trimming out the vinyl now. I'm going to fit all these inner pieces. As you can see, it's slow work. You just got to take your time, trim it out. I use a red pencil to kind of flip it over and mark it, and then just slowly trim it until I get the fit. So now I'll start doing the sides here. Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll do kind of the whole bottom one and then the top one. That way it's kind of 3 pieces, and then I'll spray this whole thing with adhesive. Yeah, it just takes time to start fitting, but I want to get the whole inside of the box done. Then I can tape it off when I spray the outer. The outer is the last thing I'm going to do. So yeah, I'll keep continuing cutting and taping here. So follow along. So if you can see, hopefully you can see this, I'm using the red pencil to mark my piece of material. Then once it's marked, I just very carefully with a pair of nice utility scissors I've tried doing straight edges and then with razor blades, and I just find this to be the easiest, most accurate. When you try a razor blade, if it doesn't cut all the way through, you end up with kind of a jagged edge. This is clean, simple, you know, it doesn't have to be precise, you know, within a 32nd or 64th of an inch, and the material will cover as long as it's not too small. And it flexes a little bit, so you can make it kind of fit where you need to go. As I said, I'm not an upholsterer, but I kind of play one on weekends, I guess. But yeah, so you can see here, we just follow along the line. And then we'll and then we can go through, and that should be pretty darn good. See, then the other piece will wrap up over. There we go. So then we'll cut this side out here. Hopefully you guys can see this. We'll cut this side here, and then we'll get one piece to go across the top. So you pretty much have no seams. Once you get all this done, it'll hide it all. It'll look pretty good. And then the top piece goes over, and it just folds over these edges, and then the aluminum. So pretty basic, but you know, it looks very clean, as you guys saw in the car. So I got this all cut out now, and rough fitted in here. So now I'm going to take my, let's see, where is it? Up into here. Oh, here we go. 3M Super 77. Nothing like Super 77. I really don't know, but it seems to do the job. So now I'm going to spray the whole inside of this box. I'll spray the back of these, let them dry, and then I'll start sticking them in piece by piece. And I got to remember where they go, because that is critical that they go back in the exact same spot in the same order. So yeah, so I spray the inside of the box, spray the fabric, put the fabric back in, adhesive all up, and then we'll come back. I gotta leave here soon, so this probably get this done, and then I'll finish this whole front piece up tomorrow. That's pretty straightforward, spray and go. I do have to tape all of this off so I don't get spray on that, because this stuff doesn't seem to want to come off the fabric very well. So yeah, you probably don't need to see this, nothing special. I said spray it and spray the back and go. Okay, so box is all taped off, so now we'll shake up our 3M Super 77. We're going to spray this, all the edges. Okay, there we go. Now we'll spray the back side of our vinyl. Okay, let's let this dry. And that's all we need for the Super 77. Okay, and then we'll stick it on down. Okay, so now we're going to take this okay, now what we'll start doing, we're going to flip this over, and we will start working these edges up and over and trimming. Okay, we may have to hit this a little bit more adhesive in some spots because it's not sticking very well, so what I may do is do this. Let that dry, and then we'll start pulling this up and over, and then I've got a staple gun right here, and then we cut out the inner part, and we'll fold that on over. So let this dry, and then we'll do that. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of stretching the vinyl up and over the edge, and then I throw a staple in here. Sometimes I've got to trim a little bit of it. It's like right here, I'm going to trim just a hair of this out. So then we just keep working it all the way around. A little wrinkle right here. Kind of screwed that one up a little bit, but not bad. So you can see here I'm a little bit long, so we'll kind of So you guys get the idea. We'll just keep working around until it's all nice like this, and then we'll cut the inner part, fold in over, and finish it up. All right, here we got the front of the box. So now I'm gonna go and cut this out with a sharp knife, fold that on over, and then we start making the aluminum. So we are making progress. Looks pretty good. Got a little bump right there. There we go. Wasn't quite stuck down. But yeah, a lot of that back edge gets hidden in the door, so I'm not too sweating that, but it looks pretty good. So here we go. We got ourselves a box. Now, granted, yeah, you see the gap there, but that's where the aluminum piece is going to hide that whole gap. So then you've got one seamless piece. Then I got to punch the holes for the 1032 screws, which I could throw in thumb screws eventually, but we're done. So as I said, cell phone fits right up into here. Golden. So we'll finish this thing up. I got to get some stuff done this evening, and we'll get back to you. Thanks. I've now got, this is all covered. I let this dry overnight. So now I'm fitting the aluminum strips, as you can see here. So I'm going to fit all the aluminum strips in. Then we're going to go through and we'll drill the holes, match the spacing on the driver's side. As you can see, I've got one of the aluminum strips right here. And at that point, we can start drilling holes, countersink them. I hope I got screws here. I'm gonna have to look through my miscellaneous screw drawer, and then screw these things in after I clean them up. I hit them with one of these wheels here, like this, and this wheel here cleans these things up really, really well. Puts a nice little scratch mark in it, and then done. So, and then we can install them. Pick up the holes that we had here that holds it in, and go from there. So I'll kind of just give you a little tidbits here and there, but follow along. All the aluminum is now marked, so I'll center punch all these holes, and then I can drill pilot holes, open them up. Actually, I'll probably, I'm out of screws, so I only found one screw, and I want to kind of put these pieces in. Yeah, because I want to drill these with the wood. So you know what? I'm going to have to do this. I'll punch small holes in all of these. I'm not going to open them up until I can put them into here. That way I know everything lines up right once these screws are in. So we'll get these things just a small hole and then go from there. We're going to call that one a wrap, everybody. So I finished up the aluminum around the door insert. As you can see, this is the driver's side, what I showed you earlier. But as you can see over there, passenger side is done. I also put in the aluminum handles on both sides. I had this side done already. Those are kind of a pain in the butt, by the way. I should have probably did a video on that, but I did not. So now you can see. So now you've got aluminum around here. You got the aluminum here. You got the stainless here, and you got the aluminum. So you got kind of aluminum black, you know, look to it. You know, that's what we're going with. So hopefully you all enjoyed that episode, how to make those cubby boxes. Haven't seen any like it, so it's one of a kind. So, you know, I like doing the one-offs, you know. Took a lot of time, though, but they turned out really well. So I'm kind of happy with that.